Welcome to The Apprentice at Home, where we find our famous five returning from another adventure. First to come in the door are the dynamic duo of Barry and Michelle. The chemistry between these two is like nitrogen and glycerin. Explosive.
And I think it went okay. I think the presentation certainly went well. Our website is, I think it's cracking, but a few hargy-bargy moments, but you know, it's done now and it's over. And if we lose, like every other task, I'll be, you know, blamed. But, you know, I did it, so yeah.
I worked on my own last week and got into an awful amount of trouble for kind of not getting as stuck in as I usually would, and looking back at it, I didn't and I think that was a mixture of a few things, but mainly I actually think it's a really bad excuse, but I was just wrecked and tired and frustrated, and I just had enough by that task. But you see, we did have a day off, and I particularly had a day off because the others were on a prize, and I slept for the whole afternoon, and I prepared myself for this task. And the weirdest thing actually was standing there getting the brief, and I was standing on my own, completely on my own, and there's like 4 people on the other team to the side of me, and I was like, yeah, this is really strange. But then obviously Bill put myself and Barry together. I mean, look, in fairness, I would never choose to work with Barry and he would never choose to work with me. We don't get on well working, we don't really get on well, full stop. But in fairness to him and to me, we rolled our sleeves up and we got stuck in and we did a good job, and I'd be very proud of us.
Maybe the mood will lighten when the opposing team arrive.
Hi, how'd you get on? Look at my nice outfit for my launch. Did I get time to change? Good luck. Wow. How'd it go?
Good, yeah, it's grand. I didn't get the people, we thought it was going to be corporate-y.
Yeah?
So, obviously it wasn't.
Yeah.
But, no, well, it did go well.
About the paparazzi.
Oh, no, right. Mine went over a ladder.
You have to get out of the store from the back door, up a ladder, up a wall, go down.
Oh my God, you're famous, guys!
This beer is an exclusive beer of...
Who's this?
It's a really good beer of...
I briefed myself before I went in, but one of them, when one was like, what kind of wine is it, Chardonnay or whatever, and I was like, and I was like, no, I was like this, I was pouring it, and she goes, what is it, what kind of white wine is it? I was like, it's a beautiful, beautiful Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc.
I was getting that. I goes, yeah. I said Merlot, and he goes, Merlot. So I was like, come and I was
Did you say Merlot?
No, to Peter, the shop guy, and he was like, it's Merlot, Will.
Oh, how about me with the Raju? What is that word?
Which one?
Raju.
Rioja.
Rioja.
That what it is?
She kept saying...
We had a question to win a prize, and I was like, and the question is Rioja?
No, Rioja.
And then I mean Raha, I mean Rahu, and then I was like,
oh my God.
Barry picking fluff from between his toes at the dinner table. Yum.
Tipple, tapple. Tipple, as in tipple, and tattle is in chalk.
Yes.
Oh, very good. I like it. So you haven't dropped down menu, country of origin, type of meal you want, price.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
We have... you press fine and you...
This is where the guys find out they have zero originality.
And it goes red, white, rosé, and then you go on to white, and it goes Pinot Grigio. And
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, shut up.
The lads actually told us what their idea was, and it's pretty much identical to ours, but their launch, their kind of presentation thing was definitely better.
But I'd say you have it on the website. You have more on your website than we do.
Our website is good.
Oh, what's another one he goes today? Oh, yeah. Did you not notice the Lancers outside? They were my creme de la mer. Creme de la mer of the event. It was like...
What's the creme de la mer?
Creme de la mer is like a face cream.
It's the face cream.
It's cream of the sea. Seriously.
It's the creme de la mer.
It was the creme de la mer of the event. The nachos were so impressed.
Well, we need to rewind because, lads, the reality is one of us won't be here tomorrow.
2 of us, let's say.
So that's bond.
Actually...
Absolutely, Barry. After a hard day's task, you just want to go home and rewind.
No more tasks. What are we doing tonight?
Nothing, there's no TV.
There's no TV? Why is there no TV?
TV's broken. Did you miss
Didn't the
What the
ghost-
fuck happened to
No,
TV?
didn't somebody say that we can bring that?
It's broken, but we can bring that one down. Just have to swap them out.
Did you not hear the conversation? conversation, the TV is broken conversation.
We
No.
just had that conversation.
I didn't hear that was
When a
ringing.
ghost is going to get a grilling.
Yeah, it's monkey in my head, just banging a little thing.
Okay, come on, 1, 2, 3.
No, wait, just leave it here for a second, hold on.
Not only do the apprentices know how to carry themselves on telly, they know how to carry a telly.
Just stick it down there. Oh, Jesus, what's the light?
Oh. Green lights. You need to go first. Hold up your right arm. Your right arm needs to be higher. Jesus, don't turn it, man.
They won't go back inside the thing then.
Yes, Panos, very impressive. You're a regular Adonis.
Alright, it's good.
It's grand, so just...
Hold on, let me see.
Not satisfied with doing his grooming at the dinner table, Barry has retired to Neve's bedroom to continue his toe jam excavation.
No,
Laying it on my
skunk,
duvet.
look.
Yeah, because you've just picked it out and put it on my duvet.
I haven't. I put it under your pillow.
Hang on a second. Competing PMs swapping stories the night before a boardroom.
I think I can smell them as well.
What is going on?
What are you going to do? Don't be mean to me.
You're lucky you're not on smell-o-vision, that's all I'll say.
I'm not on smell-o-vision.
So tell me what happened in the car.
There was just... It was literally like you know the way I work. And if
Yeah.
somebody does something wrong, I'll try and cover them. Or I certainly won't try and get them in trouble. And that's the way it is. And it's more kind of... Like if something's going wrong, I'd fix it before
You
I'd make a
point
big
finger.
deal of it. But no, it's like
Okay, so
big
it's
issue.
like
I've never ever, since the first day we moved in here, had an issue with Barry in terms of anything really. In fact, anything. If anything, he was like the gentleman of the house.
I don't have any issues whatsoever. I don't have any issues.
you do have an issue. You don't have an issue with someone calling you a bully.
No. Because,
You don't have an issue with it.
well, it's not true, so it doesn't matter to me.
But you do have a bit of an issue with it, like you're not impressed by it.
I'm not impressed by the drama.
I said, and potentially unfairly, because everybody's kind of levels of criticism are different, and I said to him that I felt he was being aggressive.
You're not an aggressive bully. You're a very direct person, but you
that's
have
the
to be willing
opinion.
to take people being direct to you and not turn it into I'm the victim.
And it's not that we don't get on, it's just he has this opinion of me that he, in fairness, is not afraid to tell me.
Like saying something to your face and then saying the complete opposite thing to somebody else. Making issues in front of camera for no reason. When you can literally just take somebody aside and say something, maybe we should do this. Rather than making a big song and dance about to make you look bad and them look good.
He wanted me to take him outside and say it in his ear, you know, we should change the tablecloths, rather than saying it on camera. And what I was trying to explain is that if I don't say it on camera, it didn't happen, and they'd ask us to reenact it on camera. And if I did take him outside, the cameras are only going to follow us anyway, and we're mic'd up. You know, the cameras are here to film what happens. I didn't agree with the tablecloths, and I thought we should change them. I didn't make a big song and dance about it, but he said that, you know, I made him out to look like an idiot, and everything now is at his door, and it was just a tablecloth, like.
You did it today in front of everybody in there for the sake of it, and then the whole conversation started with, well, you signed up for the show, you know, everything is said on camera, that's why we're here. I say it on camera. I said, well, that's exactly what I said. Why are you so offended if I said you say everything to camera when you just admitted you say everything for camera? And that's when, I mean, the whole, oh, you're a bully, you're this, that and the other.
He did apologise to me then and to work with me, but you know, his apology was kind of, I'm really sorry, but I'm just telling you the truth about what everyone's saying about you.
And then you were in my top 3. She said that to me. Has she said that to you?
Yeah.
Literally, she's like, I know you're going to be in the top 3. I'm like, you've said that to everyone.
I don't have a top 3. I can see qualities in Neve and Panos that Bill, I think, would definitely want.
I think he knows who he wants.
We lose and 2 will go.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't. Who deserves to go? I mean, who do you think? Do you think Panos and Bill are in trouble?
I think I could be in trouble.
Who do you think he has in mind? Do you think she has a chance of getting it?
Yep.
I
You wouldn't have saved her last week. You didn't want to hire her.
think she's lethal.
And again, we're paranoid as anything. So, you know, for all we know, Bill could take 4 of us through to interviews and get rid of 2 of us after the interviews, you know? Or maybe there's no interviews. Anything could happen, like, you come across
I
as the
hate
most
this show
paranoid.
now.
This is what you're going to...
I hate it.
Why?
I just do.
I hate this show too. I hope everyone who watches it hates it and they don't watch it.
Hate it.
The new fingers going in the toilet. You don't really hate.
It's not real. And then you have people that are just nasty.
Ah, don't they make a lovely couple, relaxing at home in front of the box? At least these two won't be tearing each other's throats out come boardroom time.
And then Bill said, Brian has told me what happened and you were unnecessarily aggressive. And so that was the end of that conversation.
So, Barry Caesar Hunt has gone job hunting.
How are you, Dave?
And Niamh has to pretend she didn't spend the previous evening taking his side against Michelle.
That was a tough one.
Jesus, and they knew everything.
Jamie,
Everything.
you stole the crown. I thought I had the best boardroom with Jamie and Tara. Jamie.
It was raw, was it? Yeah. Yeah, it was, like... It was for even, like, no matter what happened between me and Barry on this task, even for him, because I was asked specifically by Brian, Michelle, can you please tell us exactly what happened in the car? And that was nothing to do with the task. And I was like, can I? And he was like, I want you to. So I explained exactly what happened, and Barry was going, you're playing a very good victim here. Oh, you're playing the victim very well. That wasn't what happened. It was a low-toned conversation. Nobody would even be able to overhear it and all that type of thing. And then Bill turned, and why I say it was tough on Barry is because Bill turned around and said, Brian's told me exactly what happened and you were unnecessarily aggressive. And I was like...
Well, fallout from the boardroom. I mean, Michelle and Barry went up against each other. Barry's gone now. And myself and Panis and Will didn't really go at each other at all. So not too much has changed since this morning, if you know what I mean.
It was fucking really full on, like... Looking back at it, I was like, look, if I was watching it on TV, you know, that way, I'd be like, whoo, that was tough.
There's no point in sizing people up now. We're going into interviews, which are going to be judged by completely objective people, and then we're going back into the boardroom for Bill to decide. So there's no more like, oh, she said, he said, she's crap, he's crap. Like, I don't know, like, part of me thinks, right, it's interviews. But then there's 4 of us, so they're going to get rid of 2, like, in the interviews?
You could do it. But I don't think it is. I think it's a task.
But you see, that's the thing. It might have been open for Bill to decide. Like, if we'd have lost, maybe we would have got rid of 2 of us.
Oh, I've been told that he can do whatever he wants whenever he wants.
That's what I mean, that maybe...
Could have got rid of a whole team if he wanted to. So, I need to go to the toilet. You've eaten, haven't you?
We have eaten on their own. What do you think tasks are into next?
As I said before, I'm so tired of guessing and always getting it wrong.
I know.
Being defeated all the time. What's the next one?
Isn't it amazing how you sit in the boardroom going, I want to be safe, I want to be safe, I want to be safe, I want to go back to NSK, I want to go back to NSK, and you get here and you go, I want to go home.
I know, and I don't know why my crying has gone like mad, as if I'm on a period or something. But even like Anthony has been really nice and a completely normal interview, and I was like, I'm ready to cry again. I don't know. I'm just possibly it's because I'm emotionally tired, and somebody can tell me, oh, it's sunny outside, and I'd be like, I don't know why it's sunny. So whatever they tell me, I'm like, oh my God, I think I'm gonna cry. So yeah, today I was like, oh, please, please, please don't cry. And I said to Anthony before the pre-boardroom interview, I was like, please try to be as harsh as possible. Like, try to shock me with something. Like, tell me you're useless. Defend yourself. Like, elaborate, because then I'll be like, whoa, and I'm a fighter, and I'm not a loser. But I was like, if you try to be anything nice to me, or it's like I'm gonna cry. I'm not gonna answer. So.
We did all the boardroom stuff, and then Brian said, Michelle, can you please explain exactly what happened in the car on the way home? And I was like, can I?